At a reunion dinner with old classmates, Olivia smiled as she placed a mushroom into my bowl. Noah, the mushrooms you ordered. She didn't finish her sentence. I didn't order mushrooms. And my name isn't Noah. Noah was her ex-boyfriend's name. Chapter 01. During the class reunion dinner, Olivia dropped a mushroom into my bowl again, smiling. Noah, the mushrooms you ordered. They're a little burnt, just right. She didn't finish. Her hand froze midair. I kept my head down, slowly chewing the food in my mouth, saying nothing. I didn't look up. I didn't order mushrooms. And I'm not Noah. Noah is her ex-boyfriend. The man sitting on my left, Noah, froze and looked up at her. I could feel their eyes meet, some kind of emotion flashing between them, something I couldn't quite understand. Olivia was the first to look away. In a setting where both her ex and current boyfriend were present, she just called her current boyfriend by her ex's name. The room, previously buzzing with laughter and conversation, suddenly felt like someone had hit the pause button. I clenched my chopsticks too tightly. My fingernails dug into my palm, but the pain felt oddly numb, like my body couldn't register it. After an unbearable silence, Simon spoke up to break the tension. Hey, why isn't anyone drinking? Come on, bottoms up. No slacking. Everyone let out a breath of relief and joined in. Who's slacking? This is my third already. Yours is still full. You got no right to talk. Olivia moved the mushroom into her own bowl and didn't look at Noah again. She ladled me a bowl of soup, acting casual. Drink something warm. You didn't dress enough for today's weather. I took the bowl, but said nothing. As we left the restaurant, Olivia tugged my sleeve. I'm going to use the restroom. Wait for me outside. Without waiting for a response, she hurried down the hallway. I looked at her back, hesitated, and decided to follow. Sure enough, at the end of the hallway, Noah was there, tall, sharp-featured, in a long black coat. Olivia's expression was tense. She said something I couldn't hear. Noah seemed agitated, and then he pulled her into a tight hug. From my corner at the far end, I saw Olivia's hand freeze behind his back. Her fingers opened, closed, hesitated, but in the end, she didn't hug him back. Moments later, she pushed him away and whispered a few words. Then she turned and started walking off. Noah called after her, his voice loud this time. I barely made out the words. But you don't even love him. You just called him by my name. Olivia, you haven't moved on, have you? Her steps faltered. She didn't respond. She just walked away in silence. That night, back home, neither of us brought up what happened at dinner. I didn't dare ask if what Noah said was true. Maybe because, deep down, I already knew the answer. I just didn't want to hear it out loud. Like always, she leaned in and pressed a kiss to the corner of my lips, then curled into my arms. Let's sleep. But I knew neither of us would sleep. Because of that one name, spoken by mistake. She was always so composed, so meticulous. The kind of person who never slips. To mess up a name like that, it could only mean she had turned that name over in her heart countless times, so often that it slipped out without thought. I could feel her heartbeat at my back, fast and unrelenting, and I stared into the darkness until my eyes ached. It's strange. We're lying so close together, but it feels like an entire ocean stretches between us. Chapter 02. The next morning at work, I overheard two girls gossiping in the break room. A guy came by this morning looking for President Lynn. He was pretty good-looking and asked for Olivia Lynn by name. Don't you think? She lowered her voice, the tone dripping with gossip. Don't you think something's going on between him and our President Lynn? The other girl whispered back. What's his name? What did he look like? The receptionist thought for a second. I think his name was Noah. He was handsome, kind of looked like some celebrity, but he had this arrogant vibe. I didn't like him. She pouted. I still prefer Jordan. Noah. The other girl gasped under her breath. Isn't that the name of President Lynn's ex? I remember once when I was bringing her water, I overheard someone mentioning that Noah was coming back. What do you make of that? The receptionist got excited. And what did President Lynn say? If she gets back with Noah, what about Jordan? No idea. I didn't dare keep listening. I ran off right away. I stood leaning against the cold wall of the break room, the coffee in my hand already gone cold. I only stepped out after they'd finished their gossip and left, looking satisfied. But once I sat down at my desk, I couldn't focus at all. Every word on the page blurred, distorted, until all I could see was the word Noah. My hand holding the pen started to shake uncontrollably. I knew it then. I was scared. Noah was back, and I was terrified he'd do what he did 7 years ago. Take Olivia away from me all over again like it was nothing. Olivia and I had grown up together, true childhood sweethearts. From the same kindergarten to the same elementary school, the same middle school, the same university. I spent half my childhood at her house. Her mom adored me and loved to tease. "Jordan, are you going to be Annie's son-in-law someday?" No matter how many times she joked like that, I'd always blush and lower my head, too embarrassed to answer. The adults would laugh. "Olivia, would you be willing to marry Jordan?" Olivia would beam. "Yes, Jordan's my favorite." Back then, I really believed I was her favorite, that we'd always be together. Then came a year we turned 19. Noah appeared. He was our classmate in college, just as outstanding as Olivia. They were the golden pair on campus, student council president and vice president, captain of the debate team and best debater. Both national scholarship winners. Two brilliant stars pulled toward each other. Olivia still spent time with me, but more and more, every conversation started to revolve around Noah. "Jordan, how is Noah so good at debating? He almost had me tripped up last time." "Jordan, if a guy tells you a restaurant's really good, does that mean he wants to go with you?" "Jordan, what kind of gift do guys like on their birthdays? Help me pick something out." She was saying my name, but talking about another man. In all the years I'd known Olivia, that was the first time I ever heard her talk about giving a gift to another guy. I forced a smile. "Who are you giving it to?" I still remember her expression, that faint blush on her porcelain face. Her eyes lowered as she murmured softly, "Who else would it be?" "Noah, of course. You might be getting a brother-in-law soon. Aren't you happy?" She looked up at me with bright eyes, reflecting my face completely drained of color. After a moment, I replied softly, "Happy." Chapter 03. And just like that, Olivia and Noah got together. They were both born to shine, natural head-turners. When they stood side by side, they looked like the perfect match. Everyone who saw them said the same thing. They were made for each other. The spotlight followed them wherever they went. They were together for 3 years. And those 3 years were the most distant Olivia and I had ever been. Practically strangers. Part of it was me trying to avoid getting in the way. But mostly it was because Noah was incredibly possessive. Anytime he saw Olivia talking to me, it turned into a huge fight. Olivia didn't want to upset him. She even deleted my contact info. After years of being inseparable, we finally went our separate ways. I remember going home alone that year for Chinese New Year. Olivia had gone overseas with Noah on vacation. The moment I walked through the door, her mom rushed over, anxious. "You came home by yourself? Why isn't Olivia with you?" I don't know why, but in that moment, I felt something heavy and sour flood my chest. I lowered my head to hide it and said, "Auntie, she went abroad with her boyfriend." Olivia's mom froze, then patted my shoulder with a complicated look and sighed. They were together for 3 years. Noah and Olivia were very alike, both brilliant, both strong-willed. When they got along, their chemistry was electric. But when two proud people fall in love, conflict is almost inevitable. Noah had a serious need to control her. Olivia couldn't stand it. They fought all the time. Whenever they did, she'd come find me. What the hell is he thinking? He's so damn annoying, worse than my mom. I never said much. Whatever I said would be wrong anyway. Not that she expected an answer. She'd rant, drink, and then go right back to Noah again. The final straw came when Noah decided he wanted to study abroad and asked Olivia to go with him. But at that point, Olivia had already started a company with some classmates. It was the early days of the internet boom. China had the best market opportunities. She was determined to make her market home. She refused Noah's offer and even tried to convince him to stay and build something with her. Noah wasn't having it. The fights got worse, never-ending arguments. Until one day, Noah finally snapped. "Can you stop going against me for once? Olivia, are you coming with me or not?" Then came the ultimatum. "If you're not coming, then let's just break up. No point wasting each other's time." Olivia lost her temper too. She bit back, "Fine, let's break up. If we don't, I'm the damn fool." Noah froze. After a moment, he gave her one last look. "Fine," he said. You got guts, Olivia. And with that, he turned and left. Olivia, too proud to chase after him, let him go. But she didn't expect Noah to be so ruthless. He caught a flight the very next day and flew across the ocean. That was it. They were really over. Olivia was down for a while. She'd come to me for drinks, hang out with old classmates, getting drunk night after night. She was a wreck. Eventually, Simon had enough. He grabbed her by the collar and yelled, "Can you pull yourself together for once? If you still care about him, then go after him. If not, get your act together. The company needs you right now. Don't be so damn irresponsible." Olivia said nothing. She sat alone in the room all night. The next day, she was back to normal, going to work like nothing happened. She and I reconnected. She even brought me on board as a business partner in her company. On Olivia's birthday, 3 years after Noah had left, I drank too much. Buzzed and hazy, I looked at her under the soft lights. So beautiful, she didn't seem real. All the feelings I had buried for years surged up, and I couldn't hold back anymore. I leaned in and kissed her. She didn't say anything, just stared at me, her eyes shimmering with a mix of emotion and broken reflections from the lights above. After a moment, she closed her eyes and wrapped her arms around my neck, deepening the kiss. The next morning, I woke up unsure what to say, cigarette in hand. But before I could speak, she slid her arms around me from behind and mumbled, "Jordan, let's be together." I froze. "Do you love me?" I asked. She didn't answer. She just held me tighter. Chapter 04. The memories slowly began to fade as I watched the sky outside turn gray. The daylight slipped away, blending into night. The streetlights on both sides of the road flickered on, and the traffic on the central street connected in a line of bright lights. A sudden sense of panic gripped my heart. I knew Noah's last rejection hadn't stopped him. That's why he was back at the company now. It was so typical of him. Probably because life had always gone smoothly for him. He was used to getting whatever he wanted. But what about Olivia? My heart tightened, and a dull ache spread with a sense of confusion. I wasn't afraid of Noah, but I was afraid of Olivia. I was afraid that, just like he said, she had never really let go of him. This fear lingered until after work when Olivia came to find me and suggested we leave together. Once in the car, I debated whether I should ask if Noah had reached out to her today. But before I could make up my mind, Olivia spoke first. "Today, Noah came to see me." She kept her eyes on the road. "I didn't see him," she continued. "At the last reunion, I didn't know he'd be there. If I had known, I wouldn't have gone. Don't be mad." A sigh of relief finally escaped me. Olivia held my hand, reassuring me. "There's nothing between us anymore. It's been so long, and I've moved on. Don't overthink it." I smiled lightly and held her hand back. "That's good. Maybe I was just overreacting. After all, so many years had passed. Any strong feelings must have faded by now. Olivia loved me, I thought. But that night, before we went to bed, Olivia did something she had never done before. She didn't hold me. She turned her back to me, absorbed in her phone, scrolling for hours. Late at night, half asleep, I reached for a phone to check the time. The two phones were close to each other. I picked up the wrong one, but didn't think much of it. Both of our phone passwords were set to Olivia's birthday. I unlocked it absent-mindedly. The pale light illuminated my face, draining all color from it. On the screen were photos of Olivia and Noah, pictures from when they went to Phuket during university. In the photo, Noah was wearing nothing but swim trunks, his arm around Olivia's waist, grinning brightly. Olivia held a water gun and squinted at the camera with a smile. I scrolled back and forth, more photos of them together.